Stung by claims in the Daily Mail about her past link to a paedophile rights group, Labour's deputy leader, Harriet Harman, has hit back.
She repeated that she never supported their aims and said today she couldn't apologise for something she had not done. Our political editor Tom Bradbury reports.
It seems frankly astonishing now that there ever was an organisation called the Paedophile Information Exchange, but its history has certainly come back to haunt the Labour Party deputy leader. Do you think the organisation's nastiness might have been exaggerated? Well, listen to this from a man who campaigned in the 1980s to try and have it banned.
Over a period of years I collected their literature. For instance, in this particular magazine it says that if a child has not had a sexual experience by the age of 4, then it is too late. They're despicable people.
The trouble is that this organisation managed to affiliate itself with the National Council for Civil Liberties, which Harriet Harman went on to work for. The NCCL had a pretty loose policy on affiliation, to say the least, with more than 1,000 organisations attached. But the Daily Mail, which has been running these stories, feels Miss Harman should still apologise for the link.
It was a horrible organisation. It was campaigning to lower the age of consent to 10. It was also talking about legalising incest. We're not saying Harriet Harman supported that, but that group was affiliated. A lot of people would look at this
to say, how could you possibly have worked for this organisation that had this link? Surely it is time to apologise for that precise fact, as indeed the current leader of Liberty has done.
Well, I've said it was regrettable that they ever existed.
That's not the same as an apology,
well,
though,
yes,
is it?
But it's not my responsibility that before I was there, that they had been pushed forward, and that actually before I was there,
but it was your responsibility to work for them. That was your choice. You worked for an organisation that had these links.
It was my responsibility to work not for Pi. I never worked for Pi.
No, but you worked for an organisation to which that was an affiliate, and that was your responsibility, and that was your choice.
Well, NCCL had over 1,000 affiliates, and anybody, any organisation or any individual could join, and that is the organisational fact of the matter. And I regret the fact that because of their structure, it meant that any organisation could join.
As my interview wore on today, Miss Harman became visibly emotional.
There is nothing hidden to be discovered about me. I have been in public life for more than 30 years, and all of those years have been about protecting the vulnerable, protecting women and children, and that's why I find it so unfair and offensive that the Daily Mail should put smear and innuendo on me, as if somehow I supported those people that all my public life I've been fighting against.
In the Labour Party, at least, emotions are starting to run very high on this.
Talk about child abuse. I understand it, Harriet, but you're here to talk to people on the street, and we represent. So Harriet Harman doesn't want to talk to us about child abuse today.
She didn't say that.
Okay, at the moment she doesn't. Well, that's what he said to me. I gave her a chance. Mind your own business. Let's go again. Let's go. You got me? Yeah. Right, I'm gonna get the other side. Okay. Harriet, yes. Right, if I can just give you 1 minute. Sorry. We're talking about child abuse. We'd just like to talk to you about the cuts and how it's going to affect child abuse. Harriet, you don't want to talk about child abuse. I understand it, Harriet, but you're here to talk to people on the street, and we represent. So Harriet Harman doesn't want to talk to us about child abuse today.
She didn't say that.
Okay, at the moment she doesn't. Well, that's what he said to me. I gave her a chance. Mind your own business. That's common assault. You'll get arrested for that.
I'm a woman.
I know it's a woman's right.
Sorry.
Harriet, get on me. Harriet, I need to push you on this. Harriet, why won't you talk to us about child abuse, Harriet? You're part of the government. Don't touch me because don't you just touch me. Right, so Harriet, Harriet is not willing to talk about child abuse. And how are the cuts going to affect child abuse? How are the cuts going to affect child abuse, Harriet? Harriet, how are the cuts? How are the cuts going to affect child abuse, Harriet?
I'm very sorry, she's talking to people who've come here for
so Harriet's gone to the police officer here, and we do carry a press pass, and Harriet Harman does not today wish to talk to us about child abuse. Okay?